Chelsea Mitchell matched her career high with those 38 points. The Fever currently holding on to sixth position as they feed inside to Natasha Howard, and she gets us started tonight.
Lexie Hull just broke her silence after one of the most controversial moments of the Indiana Fever's season. A brutal elbow to the face that the refs completely ignored. The Fever, already under the spotlight thanks to Caitlin Clark's superstar rise, now have fans demanding answers. Was this a missed call? Or something way dirtier? And why do these WNBA refs keep missing obvious fouls whenever it's Indiana on the court? Let's break down exactly what happened, what Lexie Hull said, and why this moment has fans calling the WNBA officiating flat-out corrupt. The Fever, already under the spotlight thanks to Caitlin Clark's superstar rise, are now at the center of another massive WNBA controversy. Fans are furious. Analysts are calling it shameful. And the question everyone's asking is simple. Was this just a missed call? Or something way dirtier? This was the moment. Midway through the third quarter, Hull goes up defending, and boom, an elbow straight to the face. Clear contact. Obvious. The kind of play you'd expect an instant whistle on. But the refs? Nothing. No foul. No review. Play just kept rolling. Lexie Hull was stunned. Caitlin Clark was furious. The Fever bench erupted, but the officials shrugged it off. Fans inside the arena couldn't believe it. You can hear the boos raining down as the replay went up on the Jumbotron. And online, the clip exploded. Thousands of fans flooding Twitter and TikTok saying the same thing. How is that not a foul? This was the moment. Third quarter, Fever fighting to stay in the game. Hull goes up defending and boom, an elbow right across the face. We're talking clear, obvious contact. Textbook foul. In the NBA, automatic whistle. In college hoops, you'd probably see a flagrant review. But here, nothing. No foul. No whistle. No stoppage. The play just kept rolling like it never happened.
Than any active player right now in the league.
McBride was an all-star for the fifth time in her career as Boston goes backdoor to Hull, working on Williams. Hull gets it to go, and a foul.
And of course, Caitlin Clark wasn't having it. She immediately went at the refs, waving her arms, pointing at Hull, making it crystal clear. This wasn't just basketball contact. This was a dangerous elbow. Remember, Clark herself has already taken a beating this season. Hard fouls, questionable no calls. She knows exactly what this looked like. Another case of the Indiana Fever being on the wrong side of officiating. Her face said it all. She was furious. Fans online said this was the moment Clark looked like she'd completely lost faith in the refs. And honestly, can you blame her? Remember, Clark has already taken an insane amount of physical punishment this season. Hard fouls, questionable no calls, flagrant hits that somehow get brushed off as just basketball. So when she saw Lexie Hull take an elbow to the face with zero whistle, she knew exactly what this was. Another case of the Indiana Fever being disrespected by officials. After the game, Lexie Hull was asked about the play, and she didn't hold back. Hull admitted the elbow caught her flush, said it was dangerous contact that should have been called. She stopped short of outright blasting the officials, but her tone made it clear. She felt ignored and unprotected. Quote, "I want to play tough basketball. I'm not afraid of contact. But when elbows are flying and there's no whistle, that's when it gets scary." That line right there, "that's when it gets scary," set social media on fire. Fans said Hull just exposed what Caitlin Clark's been saying all season. The Fever aren't getting fair officiating. And it's not just costing them games. It's putting players' safety on the line. Her words, "It was dangerous contact that should have been called." She stopped just short of blasting the refs. But her tone said it all. Hull felt ignored, unprotected, like her safety just didn't matter to the people officiating the game.
Got a shot at the end of that game, but foul line continues to flummox Smith here this year. Here's Hull backdoor, puts on the brakes and lay it in. It's a Lexie Hull show here in the first.
Then came the line that lit social media on fire. "I want to play tough basketball. I'm not afraid of contact. But when elbows are flying and there's no whistle, that's when it gets scary." This no call wasn't just ignored by the refs. It sparked a full-on firestorm. The ESPN analysts called it one of the worst misses of the season. Fans tagged the WNBA's official account demanding accountability. Even neutral fans, not Fever supporters, said it was embarrassing for the league. But here's the crazy part. The league still hasn't addressed it. No statement. No referee pool report explaining why it wasn't called. Nothing. And that silence? It's fueling an even bigger controversy. Fans are now saying this proves what they've suspected for weeks. WNBA officiating is biased, inconsistent, and maybe even corrupt when it comes to Caitlin Clark and the Fever. But here's the craziest part. The WNBA hasn't addressed it. No referee pool report.
No postgame explanation.
No statement. Nothing. And that silence? It's only making things worse. Fans now believe this proves what they've suspected for weeks. That officiating is inconsistent, biased, and maybe even straight up corrupt when it comes to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This isn't a one-off. It's part of a disturbing pattern. Caitlin Clark getting hammered on drives with no whistle. Angel Reese's hard flagrant earlier in the season. Aaliyah Boston battling double teams with no calls inside. The Fever have been on the wrong side of officiating week after week. And while some say it's just rookie treatment for Clark, others think it's something darker. Refs making a statement, sending a message, refusing to give her star whistles. Now, with Lexie Hull getting elbowed in the face and ignored, it's not just Clark anymore. It's the whole team feeling the impact. Others believe it's something darker, that refs are intentionally refusing to give her calls.
And she has managed everything so well, and not only are the players resilient, but she's been resilient.
And so too is Kelsey Mitchell, who knocks down a three.
That they're making a statement, trying to humble her, trying to prove she won't get special treatment. But now, with Lexie Hull taking an elbow to the face and getting ignored, it's not just about Caitlin Clark anymore. It's about the whole team. The Fever are being put in danger. Fans took this moment and ran with it. The clip of the elbow racked up millions of views in hours. TikTok was flooded with edits, slowed down replays, captions like "dirty play" and "refs sold this game." Twitter threads dissected it frame by frame. Instagram Reels compared it to NBA stars who would have gotten automatic flagrant calls for the exact same motion. And the most viral tweet? Protect Lexie. Protect Caitlin. Protect the game. WNBA refs are ruining this season. Over 50,000 likes. The people have spoken. They're tired of the excuses. Twitter threads dissected it frame by frame. Instagram Reels compared it to NBA stars like LeBron or Curry, who would have gotten an automatic flagrant call in the same situation. The fans have spoken. They're done with excuses. They're done with silence. They want accountability. So where do we go from here? The Fever are still fighting for playoff positioning. Caitlin Clark is still carrying this team every night. Lexie Hull? She's proving she's one of the toughest role players in the league. But this controversy won't go away. Fans are demanding accountability. Some are calling for suspensions. Others want referees reviewed or disciplined.
For Indiana defensively on Sunday, and Stephanie White said that's earned her some more playing time here. In Chloe Bibby's absence, you'll likely see a lot of Turner on the floor here today as Lexie Hull launches and hits.
And every time the Fever step on the court now, the spotlight isn't just on Clark's logo threes. It's on the refs. Will they keep ignoring the hits? Or will the backlash finally force a change? But the bigger story isn't just basketball anymore. Fans are calling for suspensions, demanding referee reviews, even suggesting entire officiating crews need to be disciplined. Because every single Fever game now comes with a side plot. Not just Clark's logo threes, not just Aaliyah Boston's dominance in the paint, but whether or not the refs will do their job. One brutal elbow, one silent whistle, and one player brave enough to break her silence. Lexie Hull just said out loud what Fever fans have been screaming all year. The officiating is out of control. So now I want to know what you think. Was this just a missed call? Or do you believe the refs are targeting Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever? Drop your take in the comments below. Smash that like button if you're tired of dirty no calls. Subscribe for more WNBA breakdowns because if the refs keep this up, we're going to have a lot more to talk about. This isn't just basketball anymore. This is a battle for fairness. And right now, the WNBA is losing.
Fever on the night are shooting 69%. Look at Turner running the floor like a guard. Kick out Petty. Oh, yeah!